One, two, three.
Today I've got Alan Berkshire with me. I am really excited to talk to you, Alan. As you know from our preamble, I am very excited to talk to you. I think you're fantastic. And it's time that everybody on our newsletter met you, Alan Berkshire. Alan, let's start out by telling people a little bit about yourself and what your series is.
Well, I am originally from the UK, as obviously my accent will give away. I live between Austin, Texas, and Monterrey, Mexico. I'm in Mexico at the moment. I travel a lot. I've been all over Europe. I lived in Israel. What else? I've lived. I lived on the beaches in Greece for
Wow.
several weeks. I finally settled in the US. I became a US citizen in June 2023. And basically, that's my history. I come from a fairly big family. My books are mainly dystopian. I love to write in dystopia. So the Jungle series is basically that. Though I do write in horror, young adult, sci-fi, and epic fantasy.
You said everything I like right there. So, Alan, if you had to pick, I'm going to give you up to three writers that you think are big inspirations for you. Who would you name?
Stephen King, Robert E. Howard, and Tolkien.
Boy, what a terrible group of authors, right? So for King, who would you say is your top, or what would you say is your top book?
The
That's a
Stand.
tough question. Oh, The Stand, you had an answer.
Straight way is I've seen a couple of versions of The Stand translated to the silver screen, and it doesn't. They can't do it. The ending is, I mean, in the actual film, they changed the ending anyway, and it was awful. I just didn't like the way they ended it. But in the book, it's great.
Now, did you like, because I've read it twice now. I read the original version that came out, and then I read that director's cut that had an extra God of the
The
House.
unabridged version.
Oh my God, that had a million more pages. Did you read both? And which did you
Yes, I
prefer?
have. The unabridged. So I
Did
think it
you?
explains more.
It's interesting. I think I would say the unabridged myself, but when I was reading it, it seemed to take me forever. So at some point, I just kind of was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so much longer." So
Yes.
I think it's better. I think when I reapproach it at some point, I'm going to agree with you. But I think The Stand is an excellent answer. Great choice, Alan.
I mean,
Okay.
I've also, have you read the Dark Tower books?
I've only read the first three, and I loved them. There's a new box set out there I would love to get my hands on. Are you a big Dark Tower fan as well?
I've read it from top to bottom. I've read
Mm,
it. I've been through it twice, and I there's no spoilers here, but the ending caused a lot of controversy when it came out.
right.
A lot of people were angry about the ending, but I thought it was great. So I
So
can't. I mean, that'll inspire people to read it. I hope because it is a very protracted work. It goes on and on and on. And a lot of people say that King is very, very wordy, but I like his style. He's one of the few authors that can pull me into a book straight away.
right. Yeah, a great example
You're
is
there.
you've read It, correct?
Yep.
The beginning of It is one of the it's a masterpiece as far as I'm concerned. I fell so in love with that book in 2 pages, and it propelled me all the way through. I know people that stayed up all night reading that book in one sitting, and you go, how possibly? But it's because of how he writes and the way he drives you through the story. It's amazing.
It is.
Have you ever read Joe Hill?
I have. I'm going to try. He did a collaboration with his father and what was it called? Is it Sleeping Angels?
Oh,
something like that.
are you
I
thinking
had
of Joe,
trouble
or is
getting into that.
well the other son did one with him called Sleeping Beauties, I believe.
That's the one. I had
That's
trouble
not
getting into
Joe.
that. No,
That's not Joe. That's his other. That's Stephen King's other son.
no, I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
But I've got it, but I have trouble getting into it. I don't know why, but I'm having trouble getting into it.
yeah.
I will eventually read it.
We got lucky a few years ago. We saw a panel at a Comic-Con, and it was Joe Hill, Daniel Kraus, Josh Mallerman, and Christine Henry. I don't know if you know all of them, but
I don't.
oh, you would love them. You would love them. They're all fantastic. So, okay, Alan, this is not supposed to be a full-blown interview. This is supposed to be 3 questions, which we've already blown. Okay, third question. I'm going to love to hear your answer on this because you've traveled and you've been in all these different settings and tried so much different food. What is the best food city in your opinion?
Ah. Paris,
Paris.
Paris, France. I
Wonderful.
I have again. I'm a very plain person. I eat very plainly. That's the only problem I have here in Mexico. They put salsas and sauces and chilies in everything, and I can't handle that. I don't like it.
Sure.
But in Paris, we were there just last year. I had no problems whatsoever. I mean, I like French food anyway. So, but yeah, definitely Paris.
Is there a favorite meal you've had there?
Um, well, general standard things like coq au vin. I love snails. I'm allergic to seafood,
Ah,
so
okay.
I can't eat like shrimp, prawns, crab, lobster, anything like that. Though I can eat mussels and I can eat snails and I can eat oysters. So if you want to eat oysters, Paris is the place to go.
So
That is right.
do your food allergies ever come into your writing? I mean, if you're dealing in a dystopian setting, food becomes an issue. Do food allergies ever play a factor?
Yes, I've used it a few times where other stuff that I haven't had published yet, where food does become a problem because common food allergies are obviously peanuts, fish, seafood. And I mean, some people have got allergies to eggs and milk or lactose. So I'm writing the fifth novel in the Jungle series. There wasn't supposed to be a fifth novel, but Adam Blake wouldn't leave me alone. He kept haunting me. So in the end, I contacted Erica, said, look, I've sent 2 young adult novels in, but I'm being haunted here. I can't get Adam Blake out of my head. I need to do a fifth novel. She said, go ahead. But this is more of an aftermath of the original 4. And again, I'm doing a lot more characterization this one. And again, allergies and various minor details are going to be brought into play without losing the momentum of the novel.
Fantastic. Okay, Alan, thank you so much for guesting. This was supposed to be 3 questions. We've already ruined this show permanently. And those of you that are listening, that are checking out the newsletter, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to our newsletter because we're going to do interviews with various authors from Four Horsemen. And watch the newsletter because we have other podcasts that I'm involved with or that my friends are involved with. They're going to start having some of our authors on. So you'll get to hear a lot more from Alan in the near future, and we will promote it on the website. We'll promote it on our newsletter and across our social media. One last question, Alan. Go ahead and pick your favorite. What social media would you like people to follow you on?
I tend to use Facebook the most. So
And
everything I post, I put on TikTok, I put on X, I put on Insta, and I've started getting into the video scene, so to speak, and collaborating with a lot of other 4-HB authors, where we're collaborating and making videos as helping each other basically, so we can obviously get the biggest spread we can over all the platforms.
Excellent. And what is your handle on Facebook? You said that's your number one that you like to use.
It is Alan Berkshire, author.
Alan Berkshire, author, and I will put a link in the newsletter for people to follow. Alan, again, thank you so much, and good luck with the new book. I hope everybody listening buys multiple copies and gives them away to all their friends.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Alan.
Thank you very much, Rob.